Welcome to another edition of Football Family Feuds, and today the breaking news is that all football in England will be suspended until April the 4th. Yesterday I did a video where I said that I think that all the matches will be played behind closed doors, but Boris Johnson and his cabinet had a Cobra meeting where they decided that no action was necessary and it was going to be business as usual. So they were going to be having a full Premiership programme with all the supporters allowed to be going into the ground. I was quite alarmed when I heard the statement by Boris and his cabinet officials yesterday, because the danger signs are there. We've seen Italy suspend their league, we've seen Spain suspend their league, France yesterday evening suspended their league, but yet we felt England felt it was okay to go on and play football and other sporting events, outdoor events, and their justification for it was that outdoor events are a lot easier to control, or it's harder for the virus to spread outdoors than it is indoors, and if all matches were suspended then people would be going into the pubs and clubs to watch the football. But again, as I said, we should have reacted a lot quicker. It's this disease, or this virus is spreading at a rapid rate, and the Premier League were still not, they're undecided as to what they were going to do. And so, as I said, up until yesterday, they were taking the lead from the government and they said, yeah, football was going to go ahead as planned. But things changed dramatically around about 10 o'clock yesterday, when it was discovered that Mikel Arteta, the Arsenal manager, had been infected by the coronavirus. And then all we saw was panic stations, the Premier League saying, oh, we need to act now, we need to act. It's one of our own, a manager, he's been infected, so what are we going to do? Later on that day, this morning, around about 3 or 4 in the morning, it was discovered that our own Callum Hudson-Odoi had been infected with the coronavirus, or COVID-19, whatever you want to call it. And so all the Chelsea players are now being in self-isolation. Other news coming out, Bournemouth players now self-isolation, Everton players self-isolation, some Brighton players as well self-isolation. Arsenal players have already been in self-isolation because of the match that took place against Olympiacos. Actually, Wolves played Olympiacos yesterday. Of all the players from Olympiacos being tested, I don't know. Obviously, we knew about their chairman. But my point is that it's taken until Arteta and Hudson-Odoi got infected for the Premier League to take this action. Had nothing happened with regards to Arteta or Hudson-Odoi, a full Premier League matches, a full fixture programme would have happened tomorrow. So obviously we now know that it can be contracted outdoors, because a lot of the training is done outdoors. I know they go inside for their lunch, etc., but we don't know when this coronavirus has been passed on to other individuals. We have to have high regard for the supporters, because if you look at the coronavirus, okay, 80% of the people who have the coronavirus are better within 2 or 3 days. And Callum Hudson-Odoi sent out a message to say that he was unwell for 2 days, but now he's fine, but he's in self-isolation. He looks good, so I'm happy and pleased that Hudson-Odoi is fine. But we've got to remember, Hudson-Odoi is a young, fit athlete. So a young, fit athlete will get the coronavirus and they will be fine, because they are strong enough, the immune system is strong enough to handle this disease. But when you're talking about the type of people who go to football, you're going to get a lot of people are pensioners who go to watch their teams play. There may be people with some underlying illnesses who go to football matches to watch the matches. The Football League, the Premier League, the government have shown no concern for any of those people by the decision that they made yesterday. As I said, as soon as it becomes a matter where it affects the football community itself, the stance have changed. Not the fans, by the way, the footballers. And to me, that is wrong. The government and football are more concerned about the income, the money. The government don't want to shut anything down because of the impact it would have on the economy. Football, Premier League didn't want to shut anything down because of all the money that they will be losing, the advertising, the TV, etc., etc. All that money that'll be lost whilst the league is suspended. Guys, there's more important things than money. Health is at risk here. People's health is more important. And it's just shameful how we put money and financial gains ahead of people's health. So what impact does this have on everything else? 4th of April, that means that we're on the 13th, Friday the 13th, funny enough, for all the superstitious people amongst us. I'm not one of them. But Friday the 13th to April the 4th, we're talking about 3 weeks of non-football. So that's 3 weeks of not training. Some teams will still be able to train if none of their players have been infected, so they don't have to go into this self-isolation period, or so they can still train. Chelsea will be able to train, I think, in 7 days' time. If none of the other players have shown symptoms, they'll be back to training again. So they could have like a mini pre-season training whilst the football's been suspended. But the minimum is the 4th of April. If this outbreak continues to happen, then that means that it may not even be the 4th of April. It could go beyond the 4th of April. This is obviously going to affect the Euros as well, because 4th of April, there's 9 matches to be played in the league between the 4th of April till the end of May. So even if you're playing 2 matches a week, you could, that's going to be 4 weeks. But then obviously you've got the Europa League matches, you've got the FA Cup involved, and you've also got the Champions League. So you've got all those things that you've got to take into account. So we're probably looking at the season finishing towards the end of May, I'd suppose, or beginning of June. Teams usually come back from pre-season in June, so that will mean no holidays. Maybe they'll just have a 2-week break where they can go off and recharge their batteries, go on holiday, etc., and probably come back to pre-season round about, say, the middle of July. What they'll probably need to do then is to start the league a little bit later, and then they'll have to have a few more midweek games than necessary. The Euros are going to be affected as well, because there's talk about the Euros being delayed until next year. So we'll have the Euros there, which would work, because obviously we've got a gap between this and the World Cup, which will be the year after. So lots of implications. This has never happened before, this pandemic, so obviously it's difficult to know how to deal with the situation. But as I said at the start of the video, we really need to look at how we treat the paying customers, because without the paying customers, the supporters, there wouldn't be a brand. The Premier League wouldn't be in existence, because we as the fans, we're the ones who pay to go into the grounds, we're the ones who pay for TV subscription, etc, etc. Would I love the league to carry on? Of course I would, because I'm a football fan and I'm going to miss football, because there's going to be 4 weeks now, 3-4 weeks without any football at all from any leagues. So yeah, I'm going to miss it. But to me, there's more important things in this world, and your life, your health, your family, they are more important. You know, football's about entertainment, family, and your health is about life, and life is more important. So guys, there you have it. And so I probably won't be doing as many videos in the next couple of weeks, because obviously there's not going to be anything to report on, but such is life. And stay safe, stay healthy. Don't forget, guys, to wash your hands, sanitize, keep clean. If you're sick, if you've got any of the symptoms, stay indoors, don't go out and spread it. We need to work together to get this virus under control, so we can get back to normal living again. And wherever you are, don't forget to keep that blue flag flying high.